Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Well, it's another chilly old windy day on the prairie, but I'm going to try and get some little things done around here. First, I'm going to go check on the greenhouse, see what the temperature is in there. I got to get those, I want to get all those seedlings watered again today. We did lose a little chick last night. There was one that we thought wasn't doing well, and it did die. It seemed like it was, like its abdomen was all plugged up, like it wasn't pooping or something. And again, we're new at this. We didn't know what to do about that. He was sort of lethargic and everybody else was just walking all over him, and we didn't think he was going to make it. So anyway, if you have any helpful information, just include it in the comments below. So, gonna check the greenhouse first, maybe check on the babies, see if hopefully nobody else is sick or not doing well, and hopefully Chris will get that conduit up today so I can hang some more pots up there and fill that drawer with something else. Anyway, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. Really appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the videos. I am gonna light this stove today because, like I said, it's a chilly old windy day again. Pretty typical of this time of year. Could be just like summer later today, you just never know. So I'm gonna get this lit again. I'm gonna open these vents all the way. Get lots of air in there. The wind, when it's windy outside, of course, like I said, you get quite a bit of draw. I'm gonna open the flue, and once the fire gets going good, I'll open the door again and get it nice and cozy in here. There's my tubby. If we ever have a problem with propane, like I said, if I have to heat bath water, you just have to heat it here and put it in there. So we will have the instant hot water heater, propane powered, just like the other tiny house, but if you have to do without, this is going to work out well. You can see that's going pretty good now. You can really hear it crackling. So, now that I've got that going good and it'll warm up in here, I'm going to go check the greenhouse. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. So it's not as hot with that extra layer of plastic off, but it is almost 80 in here. So because it is a little chillier today, I am gonna pull the door shut a bit. I still want something on there that will make it easier to keep this closed, but the wind's not too bad. So now this, it's interesting. This half seems to be really wet still, and this is dry. I wonder if it's because it's sloped that way a little bit. So these little housecat bushes that I transplanted yesterday look awesome. They're all perky. This one has some blossoms on it. So that's good. I kind of expected that. This dirt was all nice and moist anyway because of the straw in it. And I'm going to leave those in here, like I said, till next year. I'm not even going to put them outside because these ones have done so well. I just can't believe the growth. And you can see how they go out in every different direction, the branches. And these two looked, I mean, they looked really mangy last year. That one is just going crazy. And this one has the most blossoms. So I'm suspecting, I don't have the tags, unless this says on it. Oh, it does. That one's an indigo. So, I was thinking that one and this one looked similar, but that one's an indigo and this one's a polar jewel. I don't have the tag on this one, but it looks more similar to this one, like smaller leaves and everything, and more blossoms. So that's good. I know I've got at least 3 species in here, and I don't remember what the one is, the mature one that I've got coming from BC. So that's awesome. I'll have 3 or 4 species. You need at least 2. So that's great. I'm gonna get, I'm hoping to get a couple more for in here and a couple more in there, and I'm absolutely nuts over these haskaps. I can't say enough about them. I made jam, juice, banana haskap jam. I made haskap curd. I made crumble with the berries just left over from making the juice. I made pie, and everything was just absolutely amazing. I'm bananas over these. Of course, they're considered a superfood, so I have to take the healthiest food and make it unhealthy with almost everything I do. But anyway, just love these berries. And I read about them years ago in Ontario, and I wanted to try them back then and never got a chance to. So really, anybody that can get these bushes and get them planted and get these berries growing, they're just amazing. Another thing I should point out is the temperature has popped up a few degrees just with the sun coming out. It is just sweltering in here now. So I had to take my coat off. Now I'm going to have to take my shirt off. I can't remember what it was when I came in. 25, I think now it's over 30. Just because the sun came out. Well, I can hear a lot of racket in here. It's a pretty windy day, so I don't know if I want to leave this cardboard off. See if anybody else is looking. These guys are all pretty active, so of course they all were, and then we lost that little guy. So, getting pretty stinky. Maybe I better let it air out a bit. Whew. Good time to clean out the shavings. Stinky little things. They're starting to get ugly too. Just gonna leave the tarp off so some of the air can come out. It doesn't get so humid and stinky in there. Where's my other girls? Chris is gonna start leaving the eggs in here rather than collect them in the morning, so that we can see maybe if they start getting. We've got 6 already, 2 in there and 4 in there. I'm still convinced the days where they're out and about, there's less eggs because they're laying them out somewhere else in the bushes and all over the place. Look at this one here. She's right down in there. You are a silly chicken. Yes, you are. I just find this so funny, so strange. You are a silly chicken. Yeah. So funny. They just like roll over and everything too. Look at her. You having a nice bath? Mm-hmm. I think when Chris gets home we might gather up some of this deadfall too. Now that the sun's out, it's not too bad. When it's windy and chilly, the cloudy, it seems to be a real pain. But look at all this deadfall. Mind you, we have had a couple of really super windy days. But of course I want this picked up anyway. I was picking it up and burning it, and of course now that I have that beautiful wood stove, I don't want to do that. You can see how perky some of these little trees are that we planted in here. And then there were a couple, I think Chris said a couple of these big ones here. Oh, I think it was this one and this one are dead. So he wants to cut those down. And of course this is sort of getting close to the garden, so it makes it easier for him to get through with the tractor. And again, I want to keep this, the brush, the Alberta roses cut down for the most part, so that there's some sun for these little evergreens that we planted in here. I'll leave some of it. Oh yeah, Chris said there was pussy willows up here, but this isn't the pussy willows. He said there were pussy willows up at the front. Now you can hear that wind picking up. So there's one of the poor little dead suckers. But the ones that got done first are doing just awesome. And like I said, if we plant them all along in this tree line, and then of course we want to put more at the front of the property and then more along that side. And of course, you know, we can't spend a lot of time doing this, so I think I'm just going to get as many little ones as I can and plant them all staggered along that property line. That big one there, it doesn't look big from here, but boy, when you start bucking it up for firewood, you know, they're nice sized logs that'll burn for a decent amount of time without having to split them. Well, we got two bathing beauties here now. This is the inspector, the one that's light underneath. And I think you might be Hazel, I just don't know. Chris said she sounds different, and I think he might be right. All the girls are going to come and join. We're going to get this mess here all raked up too. They get in the compost, and so this will get all raked up and cleaned up. And don't ask me why there's a beer bottle there. Must have been left here in the woods from the people that, because they used to camp over here by the woods, sort of where the garden is. I bet if we go right down the tree line, there's going to be a lot more of this deadfall too. Well, that's going good now. Gonna open this door a bit and get my trusty oven because I've burned my fingers so many times. Push this in. What I'm doing is screwing this out, which of course tightens the thing against the door, inside of the door, and then I turn it 3 half turns. Same with the bottom one. I turn all the way out and then turn 3 half turns, just so there's still some air going to the oven. And now I've got the door ajar, so it should get really cozy in here really quick. So I got this stuff. This is the trim for inside the utility room. And I think the baseboard, Chris had to take the baseboard off down there. So I've got another coat of paint on yet, I think. I'm not sure what some of these pieces are for. So anyway, hopefully he'll get this done inside. And then he said that the skids him and Bob went to get today, there's some nice 1x4s in there. Now, funny story, we went to town the other day and we drove past, like, it's sort of like a little mini mall where there's a gas station, and they were putting up all new signs. So of course all these big lit up signs are in these big wooden crates. And I said, oh, that looks like some good wood. Of course, it's all brand new clean wood. You know, I'm a little bit of a lunatic now when it comes to going to get skids. He always makes the face when I say let's go check for skids. And so I said, well, just drive closer so we can see if the wood's any good. So he drove right up close. No, it's just crap. So the next morning, yesterday, he goes into town with Bob, and Bob says, oh, look at all the good wood, and all of a sudden, it's a good idea. Yes, it's not all crap. So I tease him about this because he does this all the time. When I want to go get skids or think it's a good idea, it's a crap idea. And when Bob wants to go get skids, it's a great idea. So anyway, they actually made a special trip into town with Bob's trailer to go get these skids that were such a good idea. Anyway, he said there was some good wood in there. I guess it's good because Bob said it's good, or Bob wanted to go get it. When Roxy wants to go get it, it's crap wood. Just one of the little debates that are off camera, usually. Anyway, they got a bunch of wood. So, you know, I mean, when we had a wood stove years ago in the last big bungalow that we built, we burned skids all the time. And, you know, we heated our house. And when other people were complaining about massive heating bills, and that was, you know, 15 years ago, was closer to 20 years ago, we had practically no heating bill. So, and I designed that house too so that the heat could flow into the hallway and that sort of thing. And then again, I like the bedroom really cool, which I was going to mention, like this passageway here to the other side, when you turn that way, my bedroom is going to be behind the wood stove and the bathroom, and then this side is going to be the living room. So that means with the wood stove being in here, I can get one of those fans to blow the heat in that way, but I'll be able to keep my bedroom nice and cool. And I like the bedroom really cool to sleep at night, so that's going to be really good too. I don't know how some people sleep in these tiny houses with the lofts where the heat goes up to the loft, and I couldn't stand it. I'd be roasted to death. So anyway, just another little detail I thought I'd mention, because if you are designing your own place, there are just so many things to think of, like just the airflow and where the sun shines in from the windows and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, I did find the greenhouse online, and I've messaged for some information for the greenhouse that fits on the side of sea containers. They're specifically made for that, so that would be just fantastic for us, I think. So once we get the first tiny house sold and out of the way, and this one moved, and of course it's going to turn 180-degree turn, because this window that is now facing south will actually be facing north. It'll make the entryway sort of in a better position. When you pull the truck up, you can sort of pull it right up to the door. And then the other side of the tiny house, where I was going to put a window almost right in, in front of this passageway, I actually have the window in the shed. Now, because we found that greenhouse, we're thinking turn this whole thing around so that side of the tiny house faces south and the greenhouse can go on there, and I'll put another entry door in there instead of the window, so that you can actually go, not have to leave the house, go out the door and into the greenhouse. And also, when we've got the worst of the worst cold weather in Alberta, we would be able to open the door to the greenhouse to keep the greenhouse from freezing at night. So just an idea. So I still think that I would like to build the greenhouse out back in that hill, the one that's going to be sort of underground greenhouse, just because, again, it's just something we haven't done. And that's just how crazy I am. If I haven't done it, I want to try it. So still hoping to get that done this year too. So we'll see. So many things on the go already, and so much to do. So we may have to stall getting the other side of the house done until the first one is sold, because now we just have so much outdoor stuff to do. And like I said, I want to get as much firewood cut, split, stacked, and dried for next winter as I possibly can. I don't want to be running short of firewood. Gotta get better at that, that's for sure. Marshmallow. Crackling fire. Nicely golden brown. Look at that. That's from the difference in air. I've got the flue closed. I'm trying to heat the oven up again because it's almost 300. To eat or to make a s'mores with? Which? What to do? I'm warming the chocolate up too. goodness, look how nice and golden brown that is. Okay, let's put the lid back on this. Just huffing and puffing. Okay, squish that together. Come on, get in there. Oh. Now it'll be too hot to pick up. Yummy. Uh-oh, who's gonna eat this? Oops. Now look at, I got marshmallow all over the side of my stove. Silly wabbit. I don't know about you, but this looks awfully good. Dessert, yummy. It's all squishy and the chocolate has gone nice and soft. Well, I'm done for today. We're gonna have to finish the rest of this tomorrow. In case you're wondering, I like milk chocolate with my s'mores, and this is, we've been buying these President's Choice chocolate bars, and they are sort of divided up into squares. Just the perfect size for s'mores.